We are officially over halfway through the 23-24 Premier League season, so let's refresh some of these FC24 ratings. So in this video of this little mini series, we are doing my club Liverpool, so let's get into it. Just a quick disclaimer, all these upgrades, downgrades and same ratings are just my opinion. If you disagree with any of them, put in the comments. So starting off with the goalkeepers, we've got Kelleher, who this year EA gave a 73 rated silver card. Personally, I think he should be a little higher, so I've put him to a 75 rated gold. I don't think he's been amazing, but he has finally solidified himself as the backup goalkeeper for Liverpool, so I think he deserves at least a gold. And then you have the main man, Alisson. I mean, he's having an incredible season. The only person you can argue that's maybe a little bit better is Vicario, but Alisson is just the best in the world. 89 this year, personally for me, he's a 90 rated, so I've upgraded him to a 90. So moving on to the defenders, we have got Gerald Kwanzaa. This year, he has been unreal. As a young talent centre-back, he is one of the best in the Premier League so far. He was a 62 rated bronze. I don't blame EA for this because he hasn't got any game time for Liverpool before this season, but I have upgraded him all the way up to a 75 rated card. Some of you might be thinking that's far too high, and yeah, it probably is, but for me, a 75 rated card because he is a young defender and he's come into this Liverpool team unfazed, doesn't look out of shape whatsoever. So yeah, I think he's brilliant, and I think he can make himself a starter next to Van Dijk if Konate isn't fit. Next up we have Kostas Tsimikas, who's come into the Liverpool team after Robertson has been injured after his shoulder dislocation, and he's been brilliant, but now unfortunately he's injured himself, so I've only given him a +1 to a 78 rated card because I thought that we would miss Robertson. If I'm honest, Tsimikas has filled that spot in perfectly, so yeah, but then he's just got injured, so he doesn't deserve anything over 78. Another player that's been brilliant this season is Joe Gomez. This year he got quite a big downgrade to a 79 rated. I believe he was 81 last year. He was awful last year. I can't lie, I wanted him out of my club myself, but this year he's come in, filled in at left back, filled in at right back and centre back, and has been probably one of the most underrated players for Liverpool this season. So I've upgraded him to an 81 rated card. It might be a little bit too soon, but I think he's finally finding his form again, whether that's left back, right back, centre back. He has just been solid. Joel Matip is next, and he was an 80 rated card this year after I think an 84 rated last year. Didn't have the best of seasons last year. I haven't upgraded him this time because one, he has been good, maybe he could go up to an 81, however he has, I think he tore his ACL, he is out for the rest of the season, he might not even get another game in a Liverpool shirt, so I've kept him an 80 rated, maybe it's a little bit too harsh, but again, he is injured. Then we've got Ibrahim Konate this year, staying at an 81 rated. Personally, I thought that was a little bit too harsh. I thought he deserved at least an 82. He does have his injuries here or there. However, this season, he's been quality when he has played. He has got a few little nicks and stuff like that there, but I've upgraded him to an 83 rated centre-back because let's be honest, he is one of the better centre-backs in the Premier League. He gets compared to Saliba a lot, and I just think both of them are quality. So an 83 rated, I don't think anyone can complain about. Andrew Robertson next, and as we discussed earlier, he got injured earlier on in the season. He didn't start the season amazing, he didn't start it bad, he was average, so that's why I've kept him at an 86 rated. The star boy Trent Alexander-Arnold is next. This year he got a downgrade of -1. Let's be honest, last season he wasn't amazing, he was definitely a shadow of himself, so the -1 was deserved. However, this season he's probably up there for player of the season. He has been unreal, especially going into that midfield, so I've upgraded him to an 88 rated card because I think he's so underappreciated, especially when you take away his defensive duties. Moving forward, he is just unreal. Virgil van Dijk is next, and he is an 89 rated card this year. I think he stayed the same this year, although he didn't have the best season last year. However, this season, he feels like he's back to his best. Another player that I don't think gets enough praise when he is back to his best. He has not put a foot wrong all season, so that is why I've upgraded him to a 90 rated, where he should be. Now moving on to the midfielders, and we have Curtis Jones, who's having a phenomenal season at the moment, not really getting into the starting spot of the team, but when he comes on, or the odd games he does start, he has been phenomenal. 77 rated for him this year, which I think is fair. I've upgraded him to a 78. I think 77, 78 is fair enough. He's not a starter, but he is a quality player. And another player just the same as Curtis Jones, that is Harvey Elliott, 77 this year. Again, I would have said I think that's fair enough. Finally a gold card this year. However, he, again, like Curtis Jones, has taken his opportunities when he's come off the bench or he started. So that's why I've put him up to a 78 rate as well. Then one of Liverpool's summer signings, Ryan Gravenberch, a 79 rated this year. Personally, he's not fully got into the Liverpool squad yet. We've seen good bits, we've seen bad bits from him, but that's why I've kept him 79 rated, because I think he needs a season or two. Then a summer signing that has been quality this season, that is Endo, an 80 rated this year, one of Stuttgart's best players last year. But if we're honest, every Liverpool fan was a bit disappointed when this transfer happened. But this past 3-4 months, he has been quality. Which is why I've upgraded from an 80 to an 82 rated card, because he is very underrated. I mean, he does the job, he's not a flashy player, he's a workhorse, and he's been quality. Sticking with this theme, we have got another summer sign, and that is Dominik Szoboszlai. If I'm honest, it's not been, we've seen bits and pieces of him. Start of the season, unreal. Then he kind of had a drop off, then he's had performance here or there. I think he's a little tired, but we just need a bit more consistency from him. So that is why I've kept him an 82 rate. He could probably go up to an 83. I have no doubt of his quality, but he's just not been consistent enough for me. And Alexis McAllister kind of slots into that same spot. Obviously, he's got an injury at the moment, so he doesn't deserve an upgrade anyway. But he's been playing out of position quite a lot this season, so I don't think we've seen his true potential yet. So I don't think he should be upgraded, so I've kept him an 82 rated. Then our final midfielder this year, and that is Thiago. We're yet to see him play this season. He downgraded him last year, which was fair enough because he was injured. We're still yet to see him this year, so I've downgraded him, unfortunately, to an 82 rated. He's getting a little bit older. On top of that, we're yet to see him, so I don't think you can argue against it. Our first attacker is Darwin Núñez, and I can't lie, he was one that I was a bit unsure about. An 82 rated this year. I think he's been quite good this year. However, he's just not been consistent enough, so I've kept him an 82 rated. He's shown quality to be upgraded, but he's also not been consistent enough, so I've kept him at an 82. Cody Gakpo is another player like that, where we're starting to see him come into form and be quality. However, he's been very inconsistent this year. I feel like our whole attack has been this year, other than Salah, but yeah, I've kept him an 83 rated. Luis Diaz is another one where we've just not seen the Luis Diaz we saw before his injury last season. He has been quality, but most of the time he's been pretty average. Obviously, he's had a lot of personal stuff going on, which I don't blame him for. However, I have downgraded him to an 83 rated, just because I think it's fair to fit in that little circle with Gakpo and Núñez. Then the penultimate player, Diogo Jota, staying at an 85 rated. He's been on and off injured, but he's also been scoring when he does play, so I don't think you can downgrade him. Definitely doesn't deserve an upgrade because he's been injured. And then the final player, Mohamed Salah. A lot of people said last season he wasn't great. This season, a lot of people are still throwing questions at him. But let's not be silly here. He is one of the best attackers, or he is probably the best attacker in the Premier League. So I've upgraded him to what he should have been anyway this year, a 90 rated. How EA downgraded him last season, I do not understand. But yeah, he deserves a 90 rated, even a 91, but 90 rated, I've upgraded him to. But that is Liverpool's winter refresh for the halfway point of the Premier League season. Let me know if there's any players in there that you disagree with or you agree with. But yeah, hopefully some of these players can pick up form in the second half of the season and we can see some tasty upgrades for FC24. But if there's any other clubs you want me to do in this little mini series, then let me know in the comments. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed. Make sure to like, subscribe, and peace.